My ideal type of boyfriend, someone caring, as you said, someone who is able to provide for me, someone who is responsible enough to understand my flaws, and it's Tuesday talk.
Hi guys, I'm Natasha, a student at ZAC-TRP doing journalism and public relations.
Hi everyone, it's Beatrice, also known as Adriana. I'm a student of journalism and public relations, also fashion influencer and model.
So today's question is really interesting. I'll start with you, Natasha. What's your ideal type of a boyfriend?
Well, an ideal type of a boyfriend should be a man who's responsible. Yeah, a responsible man. A man who is able to provide, not only providing material things, but also providing presence and love.
So even if he's looking bad, as long as
even he has to be. Cleanliness is not to godliness. It just has to be clean, right?
in terms of
hygiene, yeah. Physique, no, I wouldn't be unfair. I would just come up to every person, because if I were to start with the physiques, others, we didn't create ourselves. So whatever in shapes we come in is okay.
Wow. Got with you, Beatrice, as well. Same question.
Actually, just to add up on what she said, and for me, my ideal type of boyfriend, someone caring, as you said, someone who is able to provide for me, someone who is responsible enough to understand my flaws, and good looking as well for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
Someone representative.
Wow. So what would you advise someone? At what age would you advise someone to be in a relationship in terms of maturity and the like?
Well, the age, I wouldn't say there is a standard age, because in this era of ours, everybody, let's say the 7th grade, know about relationships, and they're like, so if at all, if somebody in the 7th grade, I would say there will be 11 or 12 or 13. So in that way, if they want to engage themselves in that relationship, I would believe just a mere kind of thing, because that's when they're developing their feelings to stronger ones, to love the other person who's not their relative. But when it comes to adult, let me say when you have reached 18, there you're able to know what I wanted and what I don't want. So their maturity is required to know exactly the outcomes of what I'm involving myself into.
Some questions as well with you, Beatrice. Beatrice, I've had an experience with you to say, maybe I know that you were once in a relationship and then let alone again, such a thing. So what would you advise someone as well to be in a relationship at a certain age?
Actually, I wouldn't say there's a standard age for how a person or when a person should be in a relationship. About that, no, I wouldn't. Because then, on my part, the moment you just feel like you want to experience it, okay, let me feel how it feels like to be in a relationship. There's no standard age. I started dating when I was 13 years. That's when I had my first boyfriend. So that's not standard years. People start dating 18, 17, depending on how you feel like, depending on how ready you are to be in a relationship. So there's no standard age. As long as you're matured enough, you're able to handle your relationship, you're able to handle, okay, this is the outcome of it, and this is, as long as you're able to sort out the outcomes of a relationship, for me, there's no standard age.
So talking of maturity, she highlighted a few quite number of what she could be having as one to be in a relationship. What's maturity, Natasha, in a narrow view, or rather in your own perspective?
Well, maturity is when you are able to understand and reason. It's reasoning, when you're able to reason things according. We are people whereby they don't reason. So when you reach the reason, okay. So maturity is when you're able to understand and reason things according. Yes, that's when okay, now this time I'm able to do this, I can do this, and I can't do that. So in that range, that's how we say that is maturity, because you know what it is. You're able to understand how things work, and you're able to reason.
So Beatrice, what's maturity to you as well?
For me, I think maturity is just how best you handle your problems or issues. That comes with maturity, because doesn't come with age actually, because a person can be old enough but then lacks maturity in it. But then it's how best you handle problems or situations. That's maturity in that.
Well, thank you guys for coming to the Tuesday Talk Show, and I would want you also to close the show for me. Like, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you guys are journalistic style it's in you. I don't know how you're going to do it anyway.
Alright, guys.
Just this. Just this.
All right, cool,
See you
guys.
next time, guys. Thanks for watching and for
Subscribe.
tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel ZAC-TRPs. I don't know Tuesday talk.
Yeah.
Hoping to meet you next time again. Bye.
Bye bye.